Hello, Miss Clark. I'm Alex, and my final project is going to be on my second paper. That was about the Olympic postponement, and I talked about if it was from a swimming perspective, and I talked about if it was a good idea or a bad idea. So, well, first we start by an overview, right? So why are the Olympics getting postponed? So they are getting postponed because of the COVID-19 crisis, or better known as coronavirus, and it is an airborne disease and that spreads really quickly, and it can take up to 14 days after being infected to show any symptoms, which makes it really dangerous because you basically could have it for an entire 2 weeks and not know about it, and then for those 2 weeks you're just going around doing your thing, just infecting other people. And so that is why the Olympics are getting postponed. But now, is it a good idea or a bad idea? Well, from a swimming perspective, the pros that it's getting canceled or postponed, it's actually one of the pros is that right now, because of the pandemic, all the pools, pretty much all of the pools are closed. So really no swimmer can train at this time. And so because of the lack of training, swimmers have actually that we're supposed to go to the games have actually we're actually under a lot of pressure, and the postponement actually kind of took some pressure off their shoulders as they get another year to prepare for the games. That brings me to my second point, actually, which now that the games are a full year later, athletes actually have a whole another year to prepare for said games, and that means that we might even see better results and maybe faster times than they would be this year. And then we could have even more world records or Olympic records broken. Another pro of it is that the Olympic Games would actually be a hotspot for the coronavirus spreading, since a lot of people gather there because it's a pretty well known game. It's a pretty big event. So with all those people there, if the games were actually being made, there would be a lot of risk of a lot of people getting exposed, which would be really bad. Some cons, well, the Olympic Games is something that brings in a lot of money for the economy of whoever country is doing it, and countries actually spend a lot of money on it too. Well, all of that money that was supposed to go to the games, well, that was invested before, it's actually not. It's not gonna make any profit this year because they're getting postponed. So the economy of Japan will actually suffer a little this year. Another con is that for swimmers, at least, there were a lot of swimmers who this was supposed to be their ending of their career, and now that this is done, it actually messes up whether they want to go another year of training to prepare for their last meet, or if they just want to get it done. But getting it done means they don't have a last meet, so it kind of sucks. And this throws the other sport events out of balance because everything really circulates around the Olympic cycle. And now that the Olympic cycle is getting thrown out of hand, then everything really gets thrown out of hand, and it's just a crazy mess. Another pro that I forgot to mention about the Olympic Games getting postponed is that were only two choices to make about this, and the choices were whether if it would get postponed or if it would get canceled. And now postponed actually gives a chance to Japan's economy to recoup, heal, to for lack of a better term, next year. And if they were to get canceled, then that all the money that was spent on the games, then it would have been completely lost. Thank you for hearing me. I hope you have a nice summer.